Good morning and welcome back to North Dakota Today. Well, like I teased, this week is Women in Construction Week, a week which aims to celebrate and promote the roles of women in the construction industry. And did you know that 10.8% of the construction workforce is made up of women? One historic project in our area is working to help increase that number. The FM Area Diversion Project is ahead of the national average. You've probably heard of it, going along for a long time here in the Valley. And here joining me to talk all about the project, we have Katie Levine and Brandy Leon. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Okay, so this week is so exciting. I think a lot of people at home knew March was Women's History Month, but don't know about Women in Construction Week. This is amazing. So let's talk about your roles with the project.
Go ahead, Brandy.
So I actually work out in the field. I am with the safety department, so I'm a safety professional within the ASN constructors.
Okay, amazing.
Yep.
And what about you, Katie?
I'm a civil engineer and I work for the project management consultant for the FM diversion group, and I'm the environmental manager.
Wow. Okay, so how did you guys get started in this industry or know you wanted to go into it?
I grew up in construction. I was born and raised on construction sites and loved the work and the excitement and the moving from project to project.
Yeah.
And then when I actually got into construction, I actually loved it because you start something, you build something, you have such a sense of accomplishment, then you move on to another project and you learn something new on every single one.
Oh, I love that too. And you get to see the benefits of everything you just created to blossoming in new cities.
Absolutely.
So Brady, why did you get into the industry?
So I've been in safety for a while. I started off doing different areas like mining and manufacturing, and I got into construction, and just like Katie was saying, that the movement and the people and everything, and seeing a finished project is just really amazing to see from beginning to end.
Yeah, so you guys have been in this field of work for a long time. How has it changed over the years and now looking at 2025?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm older than even Brandy, so we'll start with that. When I started, people objected to me being on the construction site.
Wow.
The objections were no separate bathrooms for women. They speak bad language out there. How are you going to manage that? When I interviewed for a job, you get dressed up sort of like I am here.
Right.
Is that what you're going to wear on the construction site?
Wow.
And so it has transitioned from that to where women are now accepted and out there, although still, 10-11% is small.
Yeah, it is. And we're trying to bring those numbers up here. So what would you say to women considering going into construction?
It's a really amazing field. This morning I went to a morning meeting, a safety meeting, and knowing it's Women in Construction Week and everything to that effect, I looked around and I saw welders that are females, and equipment operators and field hands. Yeah. We have engineers, we have safety professionals. So it's really grown so much through the times, and I would say just keep trying to go into construction. Women are a valued asset. We give great input and value to the construction industry.
Yeah, and actually, I see that there's an apprenticeship program for people who are new to the industry and kind of want that real world experience. So tell me about what that's like.
Yes, well, Brandy is much more familiar with that than I am. I do know about it because I take care of monitoring their progress on it, but ASN has developed a really good apprenticeship program.
It's an excellent apprenticeship program. We have this available so that people that aren't familiar with construction but do want to go into that field, we have in-field learning and consulting and mentorships available to people. And it's great, especially for women who want to go into that construction industry but aren't quite sure how to get there. We have that apprenticeship available so that they can build that career and become a valued asset.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm sure there are a ton of misconceptions also about construction as a whole that maybe are putting people off from dipping their toe in. Are there any ones that you can bust for me?
Sure. It's not just standing out there with a shovel or doing concrete. Like Brandy's in safety, there are quality assurance people. There are specialists in many fields. That's one of the interesting thing about being there is you can feel your way through as to where exactly you belong.
Yeah, and you guys too wear a bunch of different hats too, so the world's really your oyster in this field.
Yes, and I have been on, right now this is a water control, flood control project, but I have been on electrical transmission lines, dam projects, railroads, Superfund site cleanup, the first lake tap in the United States up in Alaska,
Oh my
where we had
goodness.
Norwegian consultants come in, so you're always learning something new, and it's really interesting.
Well, I know I'm learning something new right now, so thank you ladies so much for coming on the couch today.
You bet.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, and you guys at home celebrate Women in Construction Week too by looking them up and learning more about the industry. Thank you guys again, but also thank you for tuning in at home, and don't go anywhere. Coming up on today's show, with cold and flu season still in full effect, we've got some tips on prevention right after the break.